Hello everyone, Jack Hamster here, and today we're going to find out if we can beat Fallout New Vegas without being able to buy, sell, or drop anything. So, for the rules, we're not allowed to buy, sell, or drop anything. We can't store items either with companions or in containers. We can't use any glitches or exploits, and we're using JSOI mod with hard difficulty and hardcore mode enabled. So, we start with naming our character. I call him the Henchman, because we're going to need a lot of strength on this playthrough. I decided to also make him look the part. So for the special stats, I'm going with 9 strength because I need all the carry weight I can get, plus it gives me more damage with melee weapons. I'm also going for higher endurance and luck for the criticals and stuff. And then we tag melee weapons, repair, and speech. So for the traits, I choose skilled and built to destroy. This gives me a bit more critical chance. So as you can see, I don't have the courier stash stuff because of the JSOI mod. But this would give me like £80 more carry weight, but because of JSOI mod it actually reduces the carry weight, I've got about £100 less, so I'm actually worse off in this situation than if I had the courier stash. So I'll just take a few items, a few consumables and stim packs, things like that from Doc Mitchell's house. Which is okay because I can consume items, but I can't like drop anything obviously or sell it or anything. So whatever I pick up, I've got to be really careful that it's something I'm going to be able to use. Otherwise, it's a bit of a waste. So I'm just doing the tutorial quest now. The reason why I don't usually do this, but the reason why is I need to get a shovel, and this is the easiest way to pick up a shovel. It's literally just like, it only appears during the quest as well. So I have to kind of just do the first bit of it. And now with my shovel, I proceed onwards to the cemetery. And just getting a few things from here. Obviously there's the snow globe and there's the little cigarette things you can get for the evidence. The snow globe, there's actually no point me collecting this because I can't do anything with the caps from it anyway, so I don't know. I just thought, why not? And here I'm actually taking quite an interesting route. Now this here is Chance's grave, so if you don't know, this is the way to get like a unique combat knife. And this combat knife has like a really higher critical chance and damage. So I'm going to be mainly using this like one of my main weapons for this build because it's really lightweight, only weighs like £1. I also make a stupid decision to take the Khan armor, which I didn't really need to. That was a bit of a stupid decision, but whatever. It still works out. And then you got to be really careful here though, because there's loads of like cazadors that really like, this is not a route I usually come very often. But I thought, the graves is there, I might as well try and get across. I managed to utilize my rock climbing skills to climb up this little mountain here. I'm actually surprised I could get up. I didn't think I'd be able to. I've actually not really done this route before, I don't think. Maybe once or twice, but it's not a very well-known sort of route that people take in the start of the game, because it's quite a dangerous one as well. There's lots of cazadors, and then even when you get past, there's loads of like enemies down here. There's like fire geckos, there's death claws, there's all sorts of stuff, and there's like those raiders there. I was like, oh fuck, I can't go down there. So I decided to just discover Red Rock Canyon while I'm here for later on in the story. And then I'm proceeding I go left this time. I didn't go past, I go sort of into Fiend territory, so it's actually, I actually stumble across here. I'm thinking like, oh, I can take these guys out, and then it's like, I get like hit by one, I'm like, oh my god, my health. So I have to rethink my strategy. Then I see these fire geckos, and I'm like, this is going to be an interesting idea. So I think, oh, maybe I can lure these guys to take out the enemies, and then it's like, oh fucking hell, look how fast they are. Yeah, that's it. Fucked. So I decided to abandon those ideas and just sneak past in the end. So I eventually stumble across some of the mines that the NCR put down for the fiends, and decided, might as well take a few of these. Might come in handy, you never know. I then just de-equip my armor because I'm, I don't want to get shot by the NCR. And then I have a little bright idea here. I'm like, oh, there's a few fiends over there and there's an NCR here. Might as well get these guys fighting because I need one of those uniforms. So eventually they start fighting. start duking it out with each other. One of them gets disintegrated, but it's a good job you can still take like a uniform or like piece of armor when their enemy's disintegrated. So, which is quite weird actually. You think if they're a pile of ash, there'd be nothing left of them. After getting pot shotted by Athena, I eventually make it to Camp McCarran. And I'm obviously going to be using the monorail to get to the strip. It's pretty much the easiest way without getting loads of caps. That's why I need the uniform, because otherwise they're hostile, and here we are, the strip as quick as that. Next we're going to the tops, so I need a bit of XP to level up. And I get melee weapons and repair, and then I go for light touch perks, so this gives me extra like critical chance with light armors. I then level up again, get some guns and melee weapons, and now I'm sort of talk to Swank, get him to allow me to pack heat in the tops. This way I can take Benny out and his goons without anyone attacking me. I'll then speak to Benny and get his key to the presidential suit. And then I'm like trying to take out his goons. I thought I'll utilise these frag mines, try to take some of them out. It actually works out quite well. I mean, I've almost took them all out, to be fair, with just those frag mines. Take out my combat knife, take these goons out. Absolutely destroys these guys. I mean, it literally takes just a few hits. And obviously criticals make it even quicker. Decided to take these sunglasses because they don't weigh anything, and also a few frag grenades, which is quite good. You can see I'm looking apart now. So this is actually the hard part. Took me quite a few tries to take out Benny. It's actually really difficult. So with the J Soy mod, he's got like a lot more health and it's a lot harder to fight. I'm just an absolute bullet sponge. I literally just die so quickly. To make things worse, I even get blown up by one of my frag mines still on the floor, which I completely forgot about. I didn't even realise. So after a few failed attempts, I even throw a frag grenade to see if I can blow him up from a distance. That doesn't work. But what I do try next is I pickpocket his weapon, which actually succeeds, and then I can literally fight him on equal terms now because no, he's got no weapon. And this just makes it so much easier. So after defeating Benny in the most anticlimactic way possible, I eventually take all his weapon and his suit, and of course the platinum chip. So for leveling up, I get my melee weapons and guns up, and I go for intense training to maximise my strength out. I then speak to Yes Man to start the independent quest line. I then pop over to the Lucky 38 to have a chat with Mr. House. Obviously I'm going to have to take him out, so I decide to piss him off a bit. I then get a full dose of Mr. House's Nerd Rage perk.
It's my invention, my property, mine. Now be a good courier and deliver it.
So that's why everyone kills Mr. House on their playthroughs. No one likes him. He's just such a egotistical madman. So I decided to put him out of his misery. So I literally just about make it past his Securitrons without dying. Luckily I took some medics and a few stim packs before I attempted this. But I literally just scrape it without almost dying. There we are, Mr. House, all sealed up in his weird life preservation thing. So after taking out Mr. House, I get a level up, get my guns and sneak up, and my melee weapons. So after installing Yes Man into the mainframe, I decide to go and get myself some decent armour. So I decide to head to Novak to do the Come Fly With Me quest, because in this quest you can get the spacesuit armour, which is like a really decent sort of light armour in the game. Eventually I run across Veronica and decide, I might as well get her as a companion because I can get into the Brotherhood bunker a lot easier. Then we come across these Vipers, and you've actually got some good gear on, and this Viper leader, he's got a katana and light armor, leather armor reinforced, I think it is, which I was tempted to take because the spacesuit is actually very similar to the spacesuit armor in terms of its damage threshold. But I do take the katana because, you know, it's actually a really powerful weapon. It's pretty much on par with Chance's knife, actually. I then stop off at Gibson's scrapyard to get the thrust control module for the Come Fly With Me quest. Fortunately, I fail in pickpocketing old lady Gibson, so I have to dispatch her. And one of her dogs too, unfortunately. But oh well. And I was like, oh no, the big boomer. I could do with taking that, but then I think, you know, don't really need it. Then while waiting for Boone's quest to kill what's his name, Malcolm Holmes with his impeccable timing shows up. Literally, every time this guy shows up, it's always in like the worst sort of place. And obviously, I have to kill him. It's essential on every playthrough, along with decapitation as well. So I decided, you know, it's worth doing that little quest just for the first recon barrettes, because it gives you like 5 critical chance, so I might as well while I'm here. I then proceed to go to the Come Fly With Me quest, so just got to fight off these ghouls, which are actually quite easy to be fair. It's quite useful to have Veronica with me actually, it's probably, you know, helping me out quite a bit. Also, there's quite a few good supplies here as well. We've got like stealth boys and med-X and stuff. Eventually, I make my way to Jason Bright, chat with him, start the quest, and I decide to try and sneak past the ghoul at the to get the shipment to get rid of the super mutants. But unfortunately, you can't actually sneak past him. I didn't try a stealth bug because I didn't want to waste it on this, you know, this sort of thing. But yeah, I have no choice but to sort of kill him because he's. I'm not going all the way through those super mutants just to keep this guy alive. It's not worth the effort. So after getting a shipment, I can clear out the super mutants and proceed with this quest. And here we are. We're in the room that we want to be in for the spacesuit armor. So the reason I want the spacesuit armor is because it's quite lightweight and it's got a decent sort of damage threshold. So it's sort of perfect for this sort of run where carry weight is I've got to be really careful with my carry weight. And you see it actually looks quite cool as well. So I've already got a thrust control module, so I've already sort of done that bit of the quest. I've just got to go and get the other thing that you have to get. I also take the radiation suit as well because you can actually repair the spacesuit with the radiation suits. Since I can't buy any repair skills, so that's like the only way I can repair it. So I actually messed up with the dialogue option. I was going to try and blow the rockets up, but I kind of chose the wrong option and now I can't speak to him again. So I have no choice but to get rid of him. And obviously I have to complete the quest in the normal way because I don't have the science to hack the terminal. So now it's time to head to the fort. So we've got a bit of a journey here. It's just don't encounter a lot to be fair on the way. Just a few of these golden geckos again. Eventually I make my way to Cottonwood Cove and decide to have a friendly chat with a local Kenturian.
Of course I am, you fool. I am a Kenturian.
I also spot a few questionable things in his possession. But the main reason I came here is because there's a skill book for melee weapons, which is, I might as well take, you know, since I'm here. Just give me like 3 points into melee weapons. I'll then get to speak to the man himself, Kaiser, Caesar, whatever you call him. While in the Securitron Vault, I decide to take these pulse grenades since they're definitely going to need them. Because my knife ain't going to do much against these robots and turrets. I'm just going to get shredded. And these are just absolute perfect for taking these out. So obviously I'm going to upgrade the Securitron army. Install the thing. I'm not going to destroy it. It's just stupid. Get a level up, a few skill points. And obviously because I've already took out Mr. House, I gain a lot of XP with Legion as well and get accepted. So that's pretty good. And decide I'm going to talk to Great Khans. I'm going to ignore most of them, to be fair. I'm just going to You've got to like just speak to them to get that option first though. And then make my certain way to the Emeritus. Literally what you got to do is like go inside and then you can just sort of ignore them. But for the White Glove Society you have to actually speak to the Mortimer, whatever his name is. After that, I'm going to the Brotherhood bunker. I'm going to ignore the Brotherhood as well because I don't really fancy doing a quest line. It's a really long one as well. I have a quick chat with the Elder, and he's like, "Oh, I need some help. Come help me." I'm like, don't think I've got better things to do, mate. On my way to the Boomers, I'll like look in these houses to find a few sort of supplies, like I'm low on water and stuff like that. So let's get a few things, and then there's quite an unpleasant person in this house actually. She gets a bit pissed off that I'm inside her house.
Get the fuck out of my house right now.
And before I can even react, Veronica gives her a one-punch decapitation. I then go straight for it, trying to get past the Boomer's artillery. Although I actually get quite far the first time, eventually I do get killed. Takes me a few attempts, but eventually I make it. Bit of Med-X always does the job.
Watch your mouth.
Initially I was planning on doing the Boomer's quest line, but then Pearl is a bit rude to me to be fair, and I got a bit sort of annoyed with this, so I thought, fuck him, I'm just gonna kill them all. Chance's knife to make short work of her. I also decided to take her grenade launcher, thinking, you know, actually it might be quite useful. I mean, yes, the carry weight is a lot, but it's probably going to come in really handy. I then made my way to the medical station to find some medical supplies, though I don't actually find that many. But I do find some more grenade launcher rounds, and the patients here somehow are like fully aware that like I thought they're meant to be unconscious, but they can like hear you committing crimes. So I forgot to end them, of course, as well. Put them out of their misery. I then proceed to kill the other leaders of the Boomers. Might as well finish the job, you know. Don't want them coming back to haunt me. Surprisingly, I actually get, you know, actually Veronica takes her out, to be fair. She does a lot of damage. So one punches her. And then Loyal and what's his name are pretty easy to kill. Hacking and slashing, hacking and whacking. I get level ups, more points into melee weapons, and I get the cowboy perk. So this perk will actually boost my chance knife by 20% damage. So I've got 29 damage now. I also have a quick look into the mess hall and think I can take them out, and it's like, no. Don't even go in there, you'll get absolutely decimated. So now I'm at the Eldorado substation. I'm going to override this, ready for the main quest line to do the main sort of ending quest. Now, actually, I thought they would turn hostile on the way out, but because it sort of says they say to you, don't go in there, the NCL soldiers, then you come back out and they're not hostile. So I was quite surprised. I was like, why aren't they hostile? Oh well, that was easy enough. And then back to Yes Man, ready for the grand finale. So we're at the Hoover Dam final battle. Now these are actually pretty tough, these Centurions. This took me a few, sort of 1 or 2 attempts to get rid of these, kill these guys. But you can see Chance's knife, it's really powerful. It does a lot of damage on these guys. And obviously Veronica is really helpful. And obviously I've got to take out these heavy troopers, and they go down pretty quick as well. I'm surprised. Because this thing is really high DPS as well, so it just rips through their armor somehow. And of course we're going to get the Securitron army. We're going to hit the power button. Be a waste to destroy those lovely generators, giving all that juicy power. And I'll make use of some of the frag mines I've still got, you know, might as well see what they can do. And this guy with a chainsaw, he doesn't even get a chance to attack me. It's actually one of the most powerful weapons in the game, that chainsaw. And this grenade launcher comes in really handy actually. I'm glad I picked it up because it's really useful taking out these guys. And I decided to take one of the anti-material rifles because I'm thinking this might actually be the only way to kill the legates because it's like the most powerful weapon. One of the most powerful weapons I can get. And I think, you know, these sort of soldiers have one, so I thought, you know, I'm going to take it. Might as well use it. And you can see here, I get a huge amount of critical damage, like 300, so it's definitely doing the job. I mean, yes, it does weigh a lot, but I'm at the point of the game where I'm pretty much almost finished. You know, I've just got to take out the Legate Lanius, and then I'm going to need, obviously need something that's really powerful, because this Chance's Knife, I don't think you're going to be able to take Legate out with this. I mean, you've got no chance unless you really sort of got max level, like all the greatest perks, melee perks and everything. You really sort of high damage threshold, best armor. You might have a chance, but because with the J Sawyer mod, he's even more powerful. He's really powerful actually. Unfortunately, Veronica, she actually gets taken out by this assault carbine, is it, or something? Which I was really surprised by. I didn't think she'd die so easily, but I should have given her some armor really. But obviously, I can't with this the rules of this, so it's quite a shame. So I make use of the frag mines I've still got left. Laid some of these down for the legate to run into. I then make sure to take every chem I have at my disposal, make full use of everything, even the stealth boy, if it doesn't. I don't think it does a lot, to be fair. I think the legate can still see you. I get a good sort of 400 critical damage there. This takes me a few attempts now, I'm not going to lie, this was really tough. I was actually on the hardest difficulty up to this point in the playthrough. I did say at the beginning I was on hard difficulty, but I had to, the reason why I actually downgraded it at the end for this fight. So I sort of put that there at the beginning because of that. But you see here, I'm attempting it again. See if I can do it. But it just got absolutely no chance with my sort of character. I should have probably leveled up a bit more, got some better armor, but it's really limited because of my carry weight. And you see, I died many times. In many ways. My head gets decapitated, everything like that. So there, I switched to hard difficulty, I get more critical damage, and then somehow he speaks to me like midway. I'm like, I'm just shot you in the face. And like, I've pretty much took him out in like 2 hits. I'm surprised how much damage I got first time. It was like 600. Absolutely mad. There we go, no scope to finish him off. Now, just for his Praetorian Guards, these are actually quite tough as well, but he goes down quite easily. They do hit hard, really. That's the main thing. You don't want them to punch you because you see how much damage he just did there and it almost took me out. But I'm getting some good crits with this anti-material rifle. There we go. Praetorian Guard is defeated. Legate's down. We only have one thing left to do. To deal with Oliver and his goons. Now, I was expecting the Securitrons to take him out, but they didn't like sort of fire for like a couple of seconds. So I was like, oh crap. But eventually they sort of do the job. And there we go. Bam, they just absolutely decimated him. So there we go. We beat Fallout New Vegas without being able to buy, sell, or drop anything. And I gotta say, it's quite fun. I really enjoyed it. I mean, the last bit, fighting a legate, was actually really annoying though. That took me a lot of attempts. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this challenge video, and I've got many more planned, so stay tuned for the next one.